Absolutely. You know, the funny thing is, we sometimes tend to focus a little bit, a lot on the ranking systems. But one of the things that we have to take into consideration is that, you know, the ranking system is can be based on how many Premier Leagues, how many Series A events that you go to.
Yep.
It is possible that some of the best fighters don't always have the finances to go to all of these, so their ranking might actually be a little bit lower than what's expected.
But their ability isn't.
But their ability to be able to perform at this level is just as high as those in the higher rankings. So
very good point.
So even though we look at the rankings and we know that the top ones have gone through, it's not always necessary. It's not always the case that somebody that's of a lower ranking is of a lower ability, and that's the thing that I think needs to be stressed.
Well, we have all three tatami up and running. But there is no score on all of them. That shows, in a way, how tough it is. Coming up to a third of the bank already done, but still no scores. And we find that that testing period is really, you don't want to give away that century, do you?
Well, I have noticed that during the preliminaries there was a lot of points being scored, but when we get to this final stage, it's really about managing your anxieties, managing the fight, but not wanting to give your opponent any kind of advantage. And obviously, this is where it matters the most. You know, the winner goes through, the loser doesn't.
Exactly.
You know? So I have seen that a lot of these fights are generally quite tight. They are very much more strategic. They're very much more cagey with each other and not so high scoring. But at the same time, it's to be expected because the stakes are high.
Of course they are. But, and you talked about managing anxiety, Wayne. How do you train for that?
How do you cope with that? When I was fighting, I can only say when I was fighting, I think I grew to love the whole environment. The whole anxiety thing, I learned how to cope with it by just embracing it, just by accepting that this is what it is. And in actual fact, to be honest, a lot of the times it was the only time that I actually felt proper alive. You know, when you have that nervous energy, when the atmosphere is tight, you know, you're in the moment, and that usually was enough to make you perform to your best.
Well, and you always look so cool and calm, but my word, I remember you fighting when you got on the mat. Goodness me, it was a completely different thing. But we do have the scores now on the board, and it is on tatami number 3 between the Czech Republic and Italy, but it's a 1-1 situation. Both of the athletes, both of the fighters have scored at the same time, so Lalo with 1 point for Italy, Hadlikova of the Czech Republic also with 1 point. No century advantage just yet. Big shout out on tatami number 1 for Belgium. There's a score going to be awarded there. That's a Yuko, and it's going to go to AL AD. You
can see that we've got a video review as well for that. She's definitely got the point, but whether she gets the century or not, the advantage is the real telltale sign.
Yeah, that's
that
right.
Advantage makes all the difference.
Over on tatami number 2, Azerbaijan is leading 3 points to 0 at the moment. That is Madina Sadigova is beating Bosnia-Herzegovina's Sipovic. 17 seconds still on the clock, and there's plenty of time, isn't there, Wayne, with that 17 seconds?
There's plenty of time with 2 seconds, if you know what to do. Just like there.
Tatami number 3 now, it's a 2-2, but there's another point scored. Senchu lies with Lalo of Italy. video review on tatami number 1 for Belgium's L80. When you've been off the mat, off the tatami as an athlete, of course you're now a coach, and how the massive changes over in that period, isn't there, with moving away from the flags, using the clicker systems and the like.
Yeah,
it's continuously evolving, isn't it?
I think it's a natural, you know, I think we're moving along with the technology. You know, as technology gets more advanced, I think the sport has to move with it, and it's only right that we implement this type of technology to enhance the sport.
Yeah. In this phase, we have our winner on tatami number 1, and it is L80 of Belgium. She's qualified with that 1.20 win. There's 6 seconds still on tatami number 2. And it's still Azerbaijan leading 3-0. Tatami number 3. Score is 3-2, still in favour of Lalo of Italy, with just 3 seconds to go, but Lalo has lost his century. Oh, sorry, lost the video review card. Tatami number 2 now finished, and the win goes to Sadigova of Azerbaijan. She's now qualified.
As well as Lola from Italy.
And the winner on tatami number 3 is indeed Italy's Viola Lalo. So it's a bit different trying to bounce across 3 tatami at the same time, Wayne,
It's very different. It's difficult to concentrate on all 3 fights. I have to admit, I'm used to just focusing on one.
Oh, yeah.
Usually the one I'm in.
Yeah, exactly.
But interesting. 29